Hello and welcome to Sweden. We are going to have some fun today. So I have been working on two journals, one a bit rustic one with the theme of rust and dark papers, and I have been having fun. So I am using both my own eco-dyed papers. I'm using painted papers, and these are jelly prints. And I have also used eco-dyed. This is linen. And I have painted and embroidered and put an old bracelet that is has been rusted outside in the snow in Sweden. So this one is sewed in and it has two signatures, and I'm going to fill this up with some fun decorations and textile and paper and some metal. So that one is done, and I have also done another one that is a bit more romantic, rustic. So this is also eco-dyed textile that is printed on and painted on, and it has also a flip. So this is the cover and textile, and I have embroidered in pinkish tones on it, and then I'm going to put some kind of pocket on the inside. That's my plan. And also the inside is eco-dyed textiles. And this is also embroidered and layered different kind of linen and laces from old pieces. So this is also a two signature journal, and it's a little more light in the color than the rustic one and more colorful. But it's still rustic, and I love to do this blend of different papers in it. So mostly it's my own colored paper, but we have some old books pages from the 1800 that is glued onto old, not old, coffee dyed tea bags that I have painted on. You can see a tutorial on that. And some more old music books. And this is an invoice from a company actually in my village. And this was also from the beginning of, I think it was 1930. Yes, 1930. And this is my great-grandfather's invoice. So this is the name of the farm where I live. And what do we more have? Antique book page and some printed ferns. So they are a bit different, but still kind of rustic. And so now I need decorations, and I think I will do them from different papers. And I have started to draw a little bit different fodders, flowers, leaves, and I thought we could paint and cut these out today. So all of this paper has been coated one time with matte medium from Liquitex, just so I can get the colors to flow a little bit more. I think it's fun when you making these kind of flowers, you can get the color to move around a little bit more so it looks more natural. So if you don't want to draw your own, you can use stamps. You can go and print out something like this from Pinterest and get ideas. Do not copy them and cut them out, because this is someone else's work and I think we should respect that. But you can put a tracing paper on top of them and do your own and try and kind of borrow the ideas. But if you find something that is made from someone, give them credit and thank them for the ideas. I think that's a nice way to give them some credits. So ideas you can get, but do not copy. So I just often do like this. I save ideas on the paper and then I can take them out and trigger my creativity to make something that I maybe don't do every day. So some simple leaves, and this is just some round shapes, and these I used, this is a paper that I had coffee dyed and spritz it with some acrylic ink in black and brown. So it got some pattern, and I used that to make a flower and some leaves and another flower, just to kind of use the color that was already on. And the same on this one that I have eco dyed. I thought we could draw around these leaves that we already have a shape of, and then cut it out and make some beautiful flowers of it. So these are real rust. I have rusted these when I eco dyed them. Put them in a pan and used leaf and grasses, and then added rusty things to get the colors. So let's start to draw a little bit. And I will give you a tip. If you buy these in big containers, they can dry out, and that's a bit boring when you buy a big one. So if you have an opening where you put it out, and that's not kind of keeping it wet. So I always skip that, and then I put a piece of plastic on the inside of the lid. That make it a little bit less possible to dry out. So should we start by painting a little bit so that can dry while we are doing the other things? I'm using my ordinary blend of different watercolors. You can use acrylic, you can use crayons, use whatever you had and play. You don't need to have any special things for this, and you don't need to be precise when you paint this, because we are going to fussy cut these out and use them as small pieces. So I'm going to not use that one because I had that for the matte medium. Just going to rinse it off and find some smaller brushes to play with. I think I have some that isn't so fancy. Maybe that one. So what I'm doing is that I'm just playing with different colors. I have a piece of paper, and I'm going to just dab off my brushes now and then. What should we start with? Big one. So I'm taking some water, and I'm putting that onto the pattern that I have drawn out. And of course I need to start with blue to kind of get in the right feeling. Those who knows me know that blue and turquoise are my colors to go to. And then I think we need to go with the green. I'm using a sap green and a little bit of brown to get a more natural green. And same again, use what you have. And I'm giving this a little bit of green and a lot of water. I want it to flow and look like it's getting in different parts of the flower. And I like when it kind of blends together. So I'm just dabbing in different blue colors to make it look like a fun blue flower. I'm leaving that a little bit. We're going to add a little bit more when it starts to dry. So I'm doing the same with the next one. That is all these circles, and I'm going to use this as leaves. So I'm just going to roughly paint as we are going to cut around them. Don't need to be. And we have some black ones on top here that will go with them. So we will tone these a little bit with darker color. And I'm trying to using a lot of color and less water in some of them, and the other way around, much water and a little bit of the pigments on the other part. I'm drawing a little bit outside so I can cut and still have some green color. So let's take a bit of the black and dab it in. To make it go with these darker ones on the top. Moving it around a little bit. Going quickly to the next one and doing the same. Give it some color. Using the same sap green and a bit more of the brown. Give it a little bit more of olive green. This should be easy and fun, so don't overdo it and think that you need to be some kind of professional artist to make these decorations. This is just for fun. And beautiful to put in your journals. And here I'm using that black dot that already was in the paper. using a bit more of the black and just add a little bit more. So now this one has dried a little bit, so I'm just splashing in some water. That will give me some texture. And I'm also going in with another green color, just to kind of get some differences. And the same with this one, splatter on some water. And you could also go in with some salt. We can do it on this one just to see how it looks. This is a blend of bigger pieces of salt and just ordinary table salt, just to get differences on that too. So let's leave that to dry. The salt wants to dry by itself, so if you use salt, let it dry without any help from any heat gun or something like that. So let's go to the next one. And this is an old French book from 1822 that I have used, and I have coated it with the matte medium first, and then I just draw this simple shape of leaves. Putting a little bit of water on them first. It makes them a little bit moist and takes up the color in a different way. A bit more sloppy and easy the way I want it. Not so perfect. I'm doing too much perfect anyway, and I guess it's several of you that have problems with that too, that you think everything needs to be perfect, and that's really a struggle, I can tell you. I'm getting there, but still I am really struggling with simplicity and doing things easy. But I'm practicing, and hopefully that will give some kind of result sometimes. And again, don't be afraid to color outside the line as we are going to fussy cut it. And then I'm changing green again and taking a brighter green and dabbing it to get more natural color. Gets to float around a bit by itself, hopefully. You can spritz it with water also if you find that it won't move around as you want. Dabbing in some brown too. So leaving that, try to put it flat so it won't go on one side. So let's make a rustic one. I need my rustic fodders, so this time I'm blending this red color. Can you see that? Am I in frame? That is a dark red, and I'm blending that with a more reddish brown. And some orange. That is a bit dark at the moment because I have done these earlier, like rustic. And now you can see I'm getting this rust color that is going perfect with my rusty journal. And you can of course do this on a square or a circle and use it as top spots and pockets. But then you need to be a little bit more careful when you paint it, so So then I'm taking a little bit more of the orange and dabbing that in to get the... Then I'm actually taking a bit of black. Rust is often much more dark than you think. So by taking these colors one by one, now I'm going in with the red. They blend together natural and look like they are having differences in the rust. You can even use some yellow if you like that, but I do not like that, so I'm leaving that. So, and then the water. You can wait a little bit with this and you get more result of the splattering if you... See, I haven't painted outside the leaves. I forget about this all the time and doing it neat and nice, I think. And then the dark brown, I blended it with. Like that. And again, we can put a little bit of salt on it, so it makes something to move around a little bit. So let's take this one and make some rustic roses. I think that could be fun. We have some pattern here already. I have one kind of plant here. I have some leaves over here. So I'm thinking that we maybe can use this part that is a bit lighter and see if we can get some rustic roses that we can maybe cut so it looks like they are in the same bouquet as the other one. Need to blend a little bit more reddish tone, I think. Maybe less water. Something like that. And then we have this plant that can go with it. So let's make this as a stem down here. And then the stem for this one goes up. And like that. And then we can give these flowers some more color. Just dabbing it in. And then we have some berries kind of on this side. So let's make some. You can do one behind this so it's easier to fussy cut it later. That's something you can think about. So we can do kind of a bigger decoration. Can use it on a whole page or part of it. Like that. And what more can we do? We have another one on this side where we can see a stem go up like that. And the same again, we have some kind of berries on this side, and also some other flower-ish thing. Maybe some kind of grassy thing. We will put ink on this later so it looks a bit more easy to see. So maybe we need to do one on this side. So it don't looks odd. Some grassy shaped leaves. Going in with a little bit more of the darker color on the roses. And I think we need to do the stem some other way. This way maybe, from the roses. So let's leave that to dry. So this is how this looks when it is dry. And I have cut out these ones so you can see how they look. And then I think we will do one other thing with this. This one I have prepared in advance. And just put some color on like I did now. So then I'm going to take a ink pen and make some shapes. So this was just shaped like a leaf, so I have just done a leaf shape like this. And then I had this shape where we have some leaves that have this kind of shapes. Adding a little bit of shape to just make it look a bit more real. So I used the pattern from the eco dyeing, and then I kind of have just added some leaves to make it look more like a real one. And the same with this one. I can find the stem So I'm going in like this, and then I'm making some kind of leaf or pattern. I think I will kind of just follow the pattern and make my own shaped leaf. Something like that. So then I just continue the stem up, and I can do another one, smaller leaf shape, and continuing up, and we have some kind of rounded berries. And make a little stem out to these ones. And we have another shape here that is kind of like a leaf. So let's make it like that. And to make it easy to cut it out, I'm just putting them kind of together. And we can actually add maybe one more on each side. As we already have the color. Something like that. And here we also have already a leaf shape. Okay. So I think this needs to dry a little bit more, but I can dry it, and then I will cut these out, and we can see the result, what we have got today. So these are the result of today's fodder making, and you can of course use this book page as it is and make a big pocket of it, or cut out half of this and leave the rest, and you get a fun pocket with some outsticking leaves on. And you can make them from any kind of painted, splash some color on to a piece of paper and make the fodder as they look like they are on the page. So then you can get some really fun shaped patterns. So thank you for watching, and I hope you get some ideas to go and play with. Have a nice evening, and see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.